Louisiana Beer Reviews, Elysian Full Contact, Imperial Hazy, India Pale Ale. Here's some druid looking guy pointing at you holding a brain in his left hand. He's a weirdo, he's a cartoon. I'm not going to read this whole write-up, but it says we opened our doors in 1996, blah, blah, blah. And okay, so 25th anniversary. Cat doesn't realize I'm trying to do a video review. Elysian Brewing Company, 25th anniversary, 8.8% alcohol. This ale is 60 international bitterness units. I bought it at Think Total Wine and More, and I believe the price was $1.99 for the single. That's not bad for a sample. See bottom of the can for experience by date. Best by date. Well, 25th of July, 2021. That's Total Wine for you, and I know I bought it after July 21st, but when I'm shopping, I'm not always looking at dates. I'm thinking about other things and whatnot. So I had an ale last night, an India Pale Ale, Imperial last night, 7.6. That was 2 days past the date, and it was great. So yeah, you'd want this fresh, but that's not the case that they gave me. All right. Golden. Lemon yellow with the sun shining through it. Translucent. Thick white head. Introduced in 2021. They use 2-row malt, which is probably pale malt, malted wheat, and then regular wheat, and the hops are Centennial, Simcoe, Strata, and more. In other words, some that they don't disclose for whatever reason. Gets a very good score in Beer Advocate, 88 B+. A rate beer, 85 out of 100, but in the style of 24. So in an Imperial Hazy IPA style, in that style, they hate it. It's trash, garbage, filth. Strange that it would be good, but then bad at the same time. Okay, and then a 75 on Untapped, which is very high for Untapped. Okay. Trying to think, there's some kind of fruit or definitely wheat. Now, this reminds me, when I was writing my notes, I said this makes me think of Florida Man from Cigar City, that wheated Imperial Hazy IPA. This smells sort of like that. There's definitely white wheat bread, like that brand of bread you can buy. It's called white wheat bread. And a little like a mango chutney. I know that sounds crazy, but just the slightest little bit. And like a sugar candy, what you call those things? I don't know, not a sugar daddy, sugar baby. It's something along those lines, like a toffee-like candy type thing. Unusual aromas, but nothing old or bad or off or unpleasant. Let's go with the taste. First thing I notice is pretty sharp bitterness. Not a savory bitterness, just a sharp hop bitterness, like a paper cut on your tongue. That's not so pleasant, I guess, but that's what I'm getting. That might build, but I think the sharpness is going to die away. It's a predominantly a wheat beer. 2 parts wheat, 1 part barley. That gives it a softness in the mouth. No bubble gum or banana. That would come from yeast with those Hefeweizens. Little sugar. Lots of bitterness. High, medium, nearly, almost at the, it is at the cusp of being heavy, and a mostly dry finish. Nice little dishwashing liquid lacing. It looks like that. It's like dishwashing liquid. The soap bubbles from it. Sweetness scale, Cyclops, probably 3 out of 5 sugar cubes, 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness, 4.5 out of 5 hop cones. This is a very bitter beer. It's not like the old Ranger from New Belgium, which was fleshy hops, kind of like you always be doing that when you drink it. Must have been a lot of people complaining because they replaced it with the much more enjoyable, in my opinion, Voodoo Ranger series. This beer doesn't seem to go together so well. What I mean is, like, over here there's the breadiness and the sugar, and then over here there's the cutting bitterness. It doesn't seem to blend so well. It's just like you got two flavors running side by side, but not in cooperation. I'm noticing more and more of the sugariness. Now you say, well, you should have gotten it fresh, or should have. Maybe Total Wine should make sure their products are within date. I could say that for many other stores. I'm not singling them out. They're definitely not the only guilty party in that respect. But the main question, how does it taste? Does it taste good? Is it a good flavor? There are a few video reviews. It's an okay flavor. It's just like some unusual candy sugar and the sharp bitterness. It's not too delightful, honestly. I've been drinking a few Imperials. Now the 7.5 and above. I did the copyright infringement from, that was last night, from NOLA, New Orleans Lager and Ale Company. Much more enjoyable product. Used to be called Mecca Hopzilla. They got in legal trouble, so they changed it to Mecca. They still threaten to sue them, so they dropped the Mecca and the mechanical dinosaur-like monster and changed the whole label, and they changed it to copyright infringement. That's a great beer. It's a solid A, and it was out of date. Did the Abita not Andy Gator, what's an Alpha Gator? Alpha Gator, high alcohol level, but low IBUs, only 35 IBUs, which to me is making it a pale ale, but whatever the case, a really good flavor. Just didn't seem appropriate for IPA, but a dynamite flavor. That was into the A range for sure. We docked it for we didn't think it was appropriate for the style, but I liked it a lot. My friend David wasn't too keen on it, but I've got bottles left. I'm gonna enjoy it. And to close out on this, the Lagunitas Maximus Colossal, the new reformulated Maximus 9 point something. Great product, so enjoyable. All those three that are named, they work together in concert. All the flavors are symphonic, philharmonic. Just a great drinking experience. This one just seems too divided, and I've liked Elysian beers. Like, if I'm going to get dusted, I'm going to get Space Dusted, right? With their legendary Space Dust IPA, which destroys this, I'm afraid. I don't care what druids they put, or brains, or what other ridiculous cartoon characters they put. You say, well, Space Dust got like a little guy with dust coming out his mouth. Yes, but it's very good. It's a wonderful product. So everything doesn't work out. You know, Elysian's pumpkin beers, we got those last year. They were dynamite, that 12-pack. Dynamite. Probably never see it again. Unfortunately. We were just so excited about those pumpkin beers. My friend David was like, I went and bought a 12-pack. I couldn't take it. I had to buy one. I said, no joke. I can understand that. He went to Bro Mart and got one too. I had bought mine at Bro Mart. He was like, it's so good. And we need more Elysian beers down here, where we get just a taste, just a tease I mean, we're down on the Gulf Coast. They're out on the Pacific Coast, so there's a lot of distance between them and us. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, they're saying B+. I wouldn't go there that high. I'm going to say it's more like B-. 82. It's marginally good. And if somebody said it was just so-so, a C+, I would go along with that. Wouldn't go down to C, though. It's better than a C. But if you said C+, 80, 78 or 79, I wouldn't take issue with it. Everything doesn't succeed. Everything's not a success. And it's not all about ABV. You say, well, it's 8.8. You get into 8.8. Yeah, if you take an alcoholic approach, like I'm talking about a problem drinker approach, well, everything's great if it's high alcohol. You'd be running to get, I saw 4 Loco Fruit Punch this morning, 14%. I could have bought that, right? But it's not about that here. This channel is all about how does it taste. If it's excellent, it gets an A. It's somewhere in that range. If it's good, it gets a B. This is falling in the good range, low part of the range. If it's so-so, like not good, but it's kind of all right, it's a C. If it's a bad beer, just bad. Like that G strain, whatever, from Sweetwater. Ugh. D, bad beer. And if it's undrinkable, it's like literally you cannot drink it. It's an F. That would be 59 or lower. Absolutely undrinkable. And Camo beers would fit the bill there. Axe Head, 4.0 Street Legal. Monstrously bad. I think it's been discontinued, thankfully. But there are some really F beers. There are some F beers on the market, but they're not many, and they're not easy to find, which is a benefit. But anyway, enough philosophical philosophizing about beer. So, I mean, I could spend very little bit of money relative to this and get an A- beer, you know what I mean, for $9.99 a 15-pack. You say you're talking about natural ice, huh? Right. Natural ice is a much better product than this in an overall sense. That's the way I feel about it. So, Les Bon Temps Relais, a marginally good product, but I'm going to still end this review by saying, y'all go to Elysian and take a tour of their brewery, and then they have a tap room. There's 3 locations. So, well, I'm glad the cat stopped crying. Anytime I come outside, this cat starts crying for me, and but if I get close, it wants to hiss. It's like semi-wild. It's getting domesticated, though. You're laying on that concrete, huh? You're enjoying yourself. Good. I like a lot of cats to be around here because they eat rats and mice. And we have no shortage of stray cats in this neighborhood. They proliferate. Up with cats, down with rats and mice. And we're going to end this review because you see all those woods behind me that start there, literally start right there on that fence, behind that fence line, and run. You could walk all the way to Baton Rouge, Louisiana through woods if you looked at the map carefully. And be in the swamps and woods the whole time up until you got to Baton Rouge city limits. You would have to cross some highways, walk across, but you'd be going from the ditch to the highway, to back to the ditch into the woods. So you know what's out there, all kind of wildlife. Thank you for watching this video production.